So we have an author of Indian Sari, Sartoriya and Semiotics with us. Congratulations, ma'am, on your book.
Thank you.
And writing a book takes a lot of efforts and hard work. So my first question is going to be, what is your story of a sari?
I think sari is such an integral part of our cultural heritage, and what's intrigued me is that how it's remained relevant for more than 5,000 years, and it's part of our living heritage. So that's something that has always made me very curious and has led to this book.
Right. So while going through your book, I read somewhere that you have talked about, wearing a sari is such a cultural and a feminine thing, right? So, and you've talked about semiotic interpretations. So, can you throw some light onto it?
Sure. So I'll try and break the word semiotics for the audience. Is that it's about the non-verbal communications that happen through anything. So in this case, the sari, it could be a graphic or visual, it could be a product or advertisement or just about anything. So you try and break the meaning, the non-verbal meaning behind the product or the visual that you see. What happens is a lot of research has happened around the textiles that are woven across beautiful textiles across India. There's a lot of documentation that has happened around the draping styles practiced by different communities. But what remains to be explored yet is the meaning making that one would see if you're walking down the street, you see a woman walking down the street. You are able to make up certain observations without having had the time to speak to the person. So whether she's a nurse coming down from her hospital duty, or it's a mother running an errand, dropping the kid off to school,
Right.
or whether it is a professional woman who's coming from office, or whether it is a school teacher also.
Yes, and they wear saris in a very different styles.
Yes, and you would
Yes.
be able to make these observations based on your previous understanding and exposure.
Right. And plus, ma'am, if I might ask, like, what was, somebody you've interviewed during your writing your book, or maybe you have surveyed because that's
Yes.
mentioned. So, one person that you have found really interesting while interviewing.
I'm really happy to have met such diverse range of people, and I started my research interviewing women from across socio-economic stratas and different cultural and professional backgrounds, women essentially. So while I was going through and sharing these insights with my colleagues and associates, they said, "Why aren't you asking us?" The men came and said, "Why aren't you asking us?"
That's
about
really interesting, yes.
What's our take on the sari? And
Yes.
then that's how I grew on the research and took a lot of preferences around that. And there's a chapter on the inclusive sari. So much to our
Right.
understanding that sari is only relegated for women, but there is a lot of LGBTQ community
Right,
who
right.
embrace the sari and so
Right.
beautifully. There
Right.
is a gentleman called the Sari Man. I've had featured in the book as well. So
Right. Yes. Oh, wonderful. So some important revelations that men has talked about in sari. So
Yes.
something. So yeah, please कुछ शेयर करो उसमें से.
बिल्कुल. तो ऐसा है कि people had one would think that largely that women embrace sari when they are on the threshold of entering matrimony, or married women would wear saris, but my survey and the data reveals that that's not the case. So a lot of professional women who might be single also are embracing the sari, and it's not just the marital role that is changing their preference towards the sari. So that's another interesting insight that came along.
Oh, that's really interesting. So, ma'am, another thing, like sari is basically people attach it to the culture, जैसे अभी आपने बोला.
हाँ जी, हाँ जी.
But then again, is now we see Bollywood, a lot of fashion shows onto it. So, is that a fashion statement, or is that a cultural thing that's people relate the sari to majorly?
Yes. So, very rightly, and a very good question is that one would say that sari is something a part of our heritage. So, we've seen our grandmothers wear it, we've seen our mothers wear it, and so beautifully, the next generation is also embracing the sari. Now, what remains to see is that I might be wearing my grandmother's sari, but I don't wear it the way she would have. Much as I may love her and appreciate the way she dressed,
Right.
but I am a woman of today, right? So I am adapting that to the lifestyle that
Yes.
I've chosen for myself.
Right.
So the
Right.
textile remains the same, the yardage remains the same, but my story of the sari is different,
Right.
right?
Right,
So
right.
that's how it remains, and that's what fashion is,
Right.
capturing the spirit of the times.
Right, right. So is that what you follow into your own label? Like you also run your own label,
Yes.
Slow, and that's Web VP.
Yes.
So is that what you follow in the old label also that you carry?
Yes. So we celebrate the Indian textiles, hand woven textiles, or we
Right.
work with weavers across the country and make sure that it tells a contemporary story, and you celebrate the Indian textiles all the days of the year and any
Right.
part of the world. So it's not, while you're celebrating Indian textiles, you don't wear it only on festive occasions or special occasions, but celebrate textiles all 365 days of the year
Right.
and make it special.
Absolutely. And then what is your take on sustainable fashion? People have started adopting
Yes.
and working towards it. So what's your take onto it?
So I think sustainability is a lot of common sense in terms of being mindful of the resources that we are using from the planet Earth, and we
Right.
don't have an alternative planet,
Yes,
so we
yes.
have to make good with it, and that's not a choice any longer. That's a need of the hour, that it's high time we start looking at it through our choices, whether it is
Right.
clothing, because that is something that you make for yourself and nobody else takes that decision for you.
Right.
Food also, you might be dependent on someone if you're not cooking or doing your own grocery planning and things.
Absolutely.
Right? But
Yeah.
food is something that every individual, clothing is something that every individual can take charge of
Right.
about their choices, and
Right.
being a little more mindful in terms of understanding the processes that go into making of the garment, how many people have impacted, how the environment gets impacted, how the fibers being grown, how the garment that you no longer find of good use, what can be done with it. You just can't put it in an incinerator or give it away and like you pass on the buck.
Right, right. So I think my understanding of sari comes in sustainability. For me, example is using my mother's saris to create dresses
Right,
and then other
right.
traditional wear from it. So I think a lot of people do these things now. Saris getting converted them into a lot of other, maybe traditional dresses or some Western dresses also.
Right. So in the
Right.
book also you will find out inserts around that, is that how sari is a sustainable garment. There is a zero waste, so it comes off the loom and you wear it.
Right,
So there's no
right.
wastage,
Right.
and you can drape it in a zillion ways to create new looks. No one, like even if there's a change in body size, you can still, the sari is very forgiving in that way.
Yes, yes.
People across generations can wear
Yes,
it. You
yes,
need to take
absolutely.
good care of it.
Right.
Rest, like even if it's beyond the first use, like as a sari, it can be converted into duvets for kids. बच्चों
right.
के लिए बनाते हैं
हाँ,
ना झबले वगैरह,
absolutely, हाँ जी, हाँ
डुवेस
जी।
क्विल्ट्स बना लेते हैं हम
बिल्कुल,
लोग छोटे,
बिल्कुल।
या रैग्स बन जाते हैं
Absolutely,
बाद में,
हाँ।
कर्टन्स बना सकते हैं,
हाँ।
होम फर्निशिंग, एंड a
Right.
lot of upcycling is happening with saris,
Yes,
and it's
yes.
not happening today. Our grandmothers were doing
Yes.
that already.
Yes,
Over
yes.
a period of time, people stopped those practices, but now we are again going back to all these
Right.
age-old practices.
Right, right.
Yeah.
So ma'am, you are a designer yourself, but फिर भी कोई ऐसा designer that inspires you, maybe you look up to somebody's work, कोई ऐसा?
So there are many. I think there are many who've done incredible work, and they're very difficult to pinpoint. But for somebody, I may like in the way they've used weaves. For somebody, I may like the way they've done the textures. For somebody who's done the silhouettes, all of them have done so much, brought so much pride to India, and any designer who's taking the the brand India forward in terms
Right.
of their aesthetics and through their design language, I think is to be celebrated.
Right, absolutely correct, ma'am. So, then just moving towards the end for our interview. So, what should people expect from your book?
Okay,
right?
so the
Yeah,
book, is definitely based on my doctoral research, and there is a lot of academic merit to it. But the whole idea of taking that doctoral research into a very conversational style is something. So, anybody who's interested in culture, anybody, you don't need to be from a fashion background to read this book.
right.
It has smaller chapters, so you don't need to read it all through also. You can read chapters at your own time. So broadly, I'll just recapitulate the chapters for you.
Sure.
So the book has the first chapter, very interesting names I've given, and I'm sure that will create a little intrigue for the readers. The first
Yes.
chapter is the Sari Sakhi lores. So it's about how sisterhoods around the sari happens. Then the next chapter is a little more in depth in terms of somebody and scholar who wants to understand what the semiology of fashion and clothing means. That is the chapter on the semiology of fashion. We also have a chapter on interesting chapter, not necessarily in the chronological order, where we're talking about the शादी ब्याह वाली साड़ी. So बिल्कुल घर में शादी
वो
है,
ज़्यादा
आपको
इंटरेस्ट
शॉपिंग
करेगा
करनी
मुझे.
ही है. तो उसके अराउंड क्या है सिस्टम और हाउ द
Right.
इकोनॉमी ऑफ द बिग फैट वेडिंग इन
Yes.
इंडिया वर्क्स. There's a lot
Right.
of gifting that we do during this time as
Yes.
well.
Yes.
Then we have a chapter on like साड़ी मेकर स्टोरी, क्योंकि पहनना सबको पसंद है पर
Right.
कौन जो बना रहे हैं, you need to know about that. So the
Right.
sari maker story, we have a chapter on that, and most interestingly how the story of the sari started. So
Right.
any artisan or craft person in India or worldwide, there were two major purposes that you would make a textile or a sari for that matter, was for the local community,
Right.
but you needed like something which was superlative in terms of craft was offered to the deity that they
The worship.
worshipped.
Yes.
So there's a
Right.
chapter on Devi and Sari also.
Okay. Yeah. Right.
So not understanding the mythological aspects, I've interviewed some mythologists around that, and how
Right.
our temple traditions have certain sari styles with Bharatanatyam associated and other dance forms as well. Then there's a chapter on the Maharani and the sari. So you needed royal patronage in earlier times for any craft to flourish.
Yes.
We have Shadi Vyah wali sari, as I mentioned, and then the sari in the new world. How that's changed over the years, right? As I just mentioned earlier, कि ज़माने के साथ आपको भी चलना है, तो
चलना है.
सारी को भी change करना है.
बिल्कुल, बिल्कुल.
Right?
Right.
And the inclusive sari, which talks about how gender fluid the sari is, and how inclusive in terms of your social status, your body shape, size, and color also
Right.
matters.
Right. Right.
So that, and in the end, there is a very, very important chapter, which is the local sari. How the sari, being a local garment for
Right.
each community,
Right.
yet becomes like a global identity for us as Indians,
Oh,
and
yes.
how global celebrities have embraced the sari in their
Yes.
statement when they want to
Wow.
endorse India or say that they're proud to be
Yes.
associated with India or the
Yes.
Indian culture. So that, and the last chapter, which is again a very like the crux of the entire research, is like called the like how you have the Arth Shastra, the Sari Shastra,
Okay.
which is a compendium of the Indian fashion system. So
Okay.
if you look at from day to evening, from regular wear to bridal wear, there is a sari for every occasion.
Oh yes.
Right?
Yes. Yes.
So
Absolutely.
that's documented well there, and I'm very happy to share any further inputs for somebody who's interested in further details about
Right.
the project, the sari. On the
Yes.
Indian sari, happy to
Right.
share that information.
Right. Thank you so much, ma'am, for giving such a beautiful insight to the world of साड़ी, because generally हम साड़ी डालते हैं but हम इतना डिटेल में नहीं सोचते कि there is a whole history and stories behind it.
Right.
So thank you so much, ma'am, for
Thank you,
taking out the
ma'am.
time
Thank you.
and sharing. And all those who are interested for knowing about the sari, or they want to purchase sari in different styles, want to know the reason behind so many occasions, do go read and buy this book. Thank you.
You can buy this book on Amazon. The link is in the bio and also on Atlantic Books.